mentioned, is game number 1's map. Going to be a best of 5 like the previous series, just in case you're confused about what the format of this tournament is.
Alrighty, spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map. It's Jin Air Creator. He's another of these Jin Air boys. I mean, this tournament, it was called Jin Air and soO. So we'll see how this guy.
Wait, Jin Air and soO what?
It's pretty much it's Jin Air and soO because Creator's on Jin Air, Kier's on Jin Air, and Trap's on Jin Air.
Oh, fair point. And soO, who's on Asterion.
Yeah.
Yeah, top right, red Zerg player, soO, Asterion.
There we are. He's here.
A bull loading logo.
We got a game.
Bull, like Asterion's thing? Is it soO's?
Yeah, it's that's the Asterion logo.
Hmm.
They've also got Harstam on their
Nice.
team. That's their roster. It's sort of like an interesting pick, having those two guys. It's like there's nothing that really links them together. I mean, they're both good at StarCraft.
But they don't play the same race. They're not from the same part of the world. They've never been on a team together, I don't think. So that is very weird.
Yeah, no, I can say with pretty good confidence that they're not on the same team. It's just, hey, if you're going to sponsor two players, those two guys, two good players.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, but yeah, once again, I do apologize for all the downtime, everyone. Sometimes scheduling is hard, but we're finally getting on into it.
Yes,
Okay.
let's hear it for LaughNgamez for working so hard to make sure this happened.
Oh, I thank you very much.
Have the ability. So here we go.
Like I've said, my expression for organizing tournaments, it's trying to organize pro gamers is like trying to wrangle a bag of cats.
Yep.
And so yeah, but as far as the game, and no more cat analogies, we've got a third hatch coming up for soO, so pretty quickly doing that. Whereas Creator just going for the low ground wall off standard Nexus expand. In a minute or two, we'll see what his tech is. The fact that he's building up a bit of gas makes me think it's going to be a Stargate. But yeah.
Yep, moving out to get that scouting off. A lot of Protoss have complained about the vision of that shade getting nerfed to where you can't get a full scout that easily with the Adept anymore. But honestly, we're talking about Creator. I'm sure he can handle it.
Yeah, and then, well, it got nerfed, and then it got buffed a little bit again.
A little bit, yeah, but not back to where it was. Still, a little bit. You can't just wander into the main base and see everything.
Yeah, it's not the all-seeing eye anymore that it used to be. I do apologize for the camera just sitting still for a second. It's just always... Skype likes to mess with audio, so I'm just quickly trying to remedy that.
Oh, Skype.
It's like, hey, you know those audio levels that you had fine? Not anymore.
Nope. I used to cast with Skype, and then it did this thing where it would bump my volume up imperceptibly over time and ruin the experience. Yeah. I'd be casting something, and then all of a sudden, I'd just be like blowing people out. I'd be like, wait, what? What happened? And I check the volume, and it's like at 98. What? How? What? But only ever happened with Skype. I don't understand.
Oh, really? Yeah. So, I mean, Skype's just... It's not great.
Nope. Classic says that my volume could be bumped up a little bit if you're.
Yeah, I noticed that, and now you're too loud, so I'm just quickly fixing things here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Not a problem. Overlord's scouting in because there's a Phoenix. There's really nothing else to do. He sees the double gas being taken to the natural base, which does indicate there is some kind of a. There we go. Some kind of attack moving on in here. It's not going to be, you know, crazy gateway units.
Okay, so yeah, we're seeing a second Stargate on the way. So double Stargate out of Creator, something cool.
Ah, double Stargate. That's where all that gas is going to go. Yeah, fully saturating those immediately. I'm trying to hold the front basically with a couple of Adepts, which should be just fine.
I think Creator went for double Stargate in the last event I saw him do too. It was the 20th, Afreeca World, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, so he likes to play a pretty unique style of Protoss. Okay. Still just adjusting a thing or two with the audio here, guys. I do apologize.
Yeah, not a problem. Additional Adepts warping in. It's almost like the Phoenix Adept play that we saw back versus Terran back in early Legacy of the Void.
Oh, look at this. Oracle.
Very nicely done. Couple drones go down, but nothing too serious.
Yeah.
Queen survives no problem, and everybody gets out.
Both units do survive there, which is very nice. I mean, that's sort of like the minimum. With the Phoenix lifting, the Oracle shooting, generally two is what you get if things go sort of average. It was looking pretty good for Creator there, but then it got cleaned up. I do apologize for the pinging. Okay. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning on into this event. Hope you guys are enjoying the matches. Now that things have been sorted, we can really get on into them. As far as what's been going on here, we've got soO going into the pretty standard Hydraling Bane, and then Creator just getting up his third base, and he's not playing it very standard, just producing Phoenix as his main tech of choice, and these have been a secret. They're going to be coming on here, surprising soO a little bit, but you got to get a fair bit of something done in order to justify this many fly you boys.
Yeah, I was going to check to see if Spore Crawlers come in on soO's production tab, but no, just 9 Hydralisks in production. But there's going to be a small window here where the Phoenix should be able to get some stuff done.
They're going to lift up a Queen, but the injured Phoenix from earlier on goes down. It was the one lifting. Another Queen will get lifted up and should go down, but at okay, this is what I like, lifting up the other Queens to save the Phoenix. That's something that's really cool. So that's very nice, but Hydras will be popping in a second. The other Queens no longer lifted. Oh, this is going pretty horrible for Creator, to be honest.
Yeah, that was not great. A couple Queens went down, a couple Phoenix went down. Ling's almost getting a nice whooping by Creator, saving the day there.
Okay, so yeah, so that was going pretty, like, I mean, I don't mind the choice of Phoenix. It's a very cool unit playstyle, but if we look at what died, two Phoenix for 2 Queens, that and the fact that he's on double Stargate, that's not what you want. He's got the Oracle, it's throwing up Stasis Wards. He's following it up with double Robo, a Twilight Council, and a Forge, and all sorts of other good stuff, but as far as what he's getting done, he lifts up, but, I mean, just these Phoenix. Looks like he got another Queen there, which is nice, but
it's okay, but just Queen anti-air is incredible. And any good Zerg worth their salt is going to make a bunch anyway. They're good against air units from Protoss. They're decent against ground units from Protoss. There's no reason not to have them, to buy yourself the time to get up to your 3 bases, get your economy rolling, and then just start making a million Hydralisks. That's what Cyril does.
Yeah, and they also spread the creep and inject, so, but, I mean, there's no reason for Zerg not to be churning those out. So, I mean, and they're also a very good target for the Phoenix, but as this game goes on, the effect of the Phoenix is going to be greatly reduced. However, he is coming in here, and there is just the 1 Queen and the Spore, so he can lift up a lot of these drones. Phoenix are pretty tanky versus just the 1 Spore, so he gets 4 drones. Now we're going to find some Overlords.
Yeah, Overlord's here trying to keep safe where the Spore Crawler and the Queen is, but now the Queen is gone.
Oh, look at this. Look at what's heading towards his front door.
So
he's got 4 Immortals. The Hydras aren't fully upgraded. The shield battery keeping that 1 Immortal alive is huge, but the Phoenix aren't actually here. They're coming, or no, they're not coming back. The Ling, that was Ling's coming in, not Phoenix, but they are coming back now. They may be able to deal with the Hydras, but then there's all the Lings on the ground too. Creator, I mean, he's not doing a horrible job versus this. Supply is even. And here comes in the Phoenix.
The Hydras are just worth their weight in gold here. Trying to lift. Are there enough Phoenix to do this?
Yeah,
Holy
apparently
crap,
so. Look at that. Lift.
Lift, but they're not getting killed by anything, so now they drop back on the ground.
Okay.
Allowing the depths to hit them, the Stalkers too, and Creator manages to hold that a lot.
He lost 10 workers, but he managed to hold on there, which is very nice.
He's not dead, which is kind of the big thing about StarCraft. Pro tip number 1, don't die. But yeah, continuing to make Immortals here, which I've had this explained to me. Why would you make Immortals against Hydraling, Baneling? They're not that great. It's because the tech switch into Lurkers will wreck you if you don't have Immortals. Immortals
are, they're pretty good versus most things.
They're not that great against Hydra.
Well, I mean, with Sentry support and stuff, I personally am a big fan of Immortals because they're pretty solid. They're relatively supply efficient. And then, I mean, they're not terrible, and they have a fairly high damage output. In, like, a straight-up fight, yeah, Immortals lose to Hydras, but they are that sort of backbone in the Protoss ground army.
Yeah, definitely. By themselves, no. But especially if the Zerg player brings enough Zerglings to surround those Immortals, it's just such a bad situation for them.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I mean, that's why we got Adepts and Charge Lots and things like that.
Exactly.
So it's a whole ball game of trying to...
It's a whole big ball of paper rock scissors.
Oh, look at this. Phoenix lifting up some Hydras at the 4th base, always nice.
Yeah, doing some work, trying to get another Overlord here. I don't think soO's been supply blocked throughout this game at this point, but
no, he hasn't. But if we look at the supply, soO's got a massive bank. I guess he's just waiting maybe to make a big Muta switch, or make tons of Corruptors or something. Because I mean, there's 5 Phoenix on the ground. You don't want to go Mutas. But he's building a Spire. But he's still just
would be great.
Okay, maybe he's actually just short on Larva, and that's why he's got so much money. Because all of his Queens got picked off. And that actually is the case, I think. He's only got 3 Queens across soon-to-be 5 bases.
He only has 5 larvae right now. That's not good.
And so this may actually hit strong. soO may be about to die with like 1,000 resources. He's making 16 banelings. You don't need larvae in order to make those, which is a good way to dump money. So he is going to have a very strong army in that sense. But Creator still stepping on creep. He's got a few force fields. He sees this army, and I mean Archons, Immortals, Zealots, and with some sentry support can definitely get it done here.
Yeah, base up north here being made by soO. I'd like to see Creator check that.
Oh, look at that.
Hallucinated
Oh, look at that. I mean, he may regret that for not having enough force field energy here as the banelings roll forward. But, I mean, they're not getting perfect connection. Then there's actually just so much Protoss right now.
Yeah, these Archons, the Immortal count is insane. 7 more Hydras in production right now, though. The Archon's doing a good job. That north base, as I mentioned, Creator did see it. He's going to go ahead and take that sucker down quite nicely. The Hallucinated Phoenix not helping with this, although it looks like it is.
it can pretend. Now,
yes. I mean, there's no way that fooled soO, right? soO wasn't like, holy crap.
No, yeah, it's not like he right-clicked on it. I mean,
okay.
Okay, but still, I mean, Creator's army is pretty good at this point. soO, he's on 4 bases, yeah, but so is the Protoss player. Creator is going home. He I mean, he maybe could just be able to kill soO here, but if you're comfortable with just going home and playing it out from there, why not, I suppose? He's also going to have +2 in Psystorm on the way, so this is looking pretty good for Creator.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing everything you want to be a player at the caliber of soO here. Working on Storm, +2 ground weapons is finishing up right now. Speed for Banelings with a little health buff. Doing some pretty good stuff here, too. The Phoenix dancing around the top side of the map. Hydras chasing after them, but Phoenix are very, very fast, especially if the Hydras are off creep. And then working on a +1 melee attack, which is interesting. Usually, if you're going to go for this many Banelings and Lings, you'd probably have +2 melee by then.
12 mutas on the way.
Wait, what? Why?
I mean, yeah, the 5 Phoenix. I mean, I was actually about to comment on this. Creator, he's been doing so good with these Phoenix by keeping them alive and still getting lots of kills on them. Like, this one Phoenix says 10 at 6, 6, 2, and 5. That's a lot of kills on these Phoenix. And unless the mutas suddenly just got right on top of them, like, 12 mutas is no small investment. I mean, yeah, they can sometimes just wipe out a mineral line, but even that, that's hard to justify the cost when there's just going to be these Phoenix, which are just going to wreck them. And look at this. Creator must have caught wind because he's making 2 more Phoenix at a time.
And we've seen situations where, yeah, the Phoenix die, and then you tech switch into Muta if you're soO here, but soO is absolutely just going into Muta, dumping a ton of resources into something that I don't think can get a lot of work done.
No, yeah. Look at this. Look, these Phoenix are ready. They're just going to say, hello, goodbye, you're going to die.
And the Mutas are out. They can't stay here, right?
No, yeah, they just...
And now they're all dead because they're slower than the Phoenix.
And the thing is, in this count, like, even in a straight-up fight, Phoenix aren't bad versus Mutas.
Yeah.
Creator, especially he doesn't even need to micro, and now he's just going to push on in. soO invested 1,200 minerals, 1,200 gas into this. I mean, Archons and... There's so many Archons and Immortals here. There's no more Psystorm, which is nice. So soO, he's got a good concave on the Hydras, a few more Zealots buffering, though. And now the Immortals... I mean, this round of Banelings is coming in, so this is soO. Maybe he can hold on. But imagine how good this hold would be if he invested this just into more Hydras and Banes.
Yeah, that would be huge. Additional stuff, warping on in here, getting right on into that third base. Another Immortals dancing up the street. 15, 17 Hydras in production with a bunch of Zerglings here too. Trying to get rid of the Zealots, which are a concern. Trying to pick off the Archons there at the same time. Phoenix are here helping with this. I cannot believe how good these Phoenix have been in this
Creator
game.
Just doing so well with this Phoenix. Picking up Hydras and other units, just not allowing soO to consolidate here, and because of this, he may just be able to snowball and kill soO, and it's looking like he will be able to. A few drones are pulled into it. Those poor Hydras eating a Psystorm. GG, Creator takes the first game.
Dang, impressive display there from Creator. Those Phoenix MVP, man. And yeah, I think you're right. I think the kind of inexplicable decision of soO to go for a ton of mutas, well, not a ton, you know, 7 or 8 of them, when there are 5 Phoenix on the field. Did he make 12?
Yeah, and they all just died.
They certainly did. They took a couple Phoenix with them, but not that many.
Yeah, no, and even once all the mutas are dead, the Phoenix, they don't have that much of a purpose. But Creator, that game, he did make it look like Phoenix were just, they're good the whole time.
Yep, they were incredible. The fact that they were even showing up in that final battle and lifting and killing Hydras was just beautiful. That was some amazing stuff out of Creator. So yeah, I'd be surprised if soO made a similar mistake in game number 2 here. It is a best of 5, so he's not quite done yet.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, from being done.
There was maybe like a slip up with just the back row for soO, the odd choice for the mutas, but I mean, still, even that hold was close at that point after Creator decided to go on in. So soO definitely has the stuff.
Also, soO may have just woken up, so maybe he's warmed up now.
He may have, yes.
So yeah, thanks to everybody who's joining us here today. We have a lot of Korean discussion going on in the channel. We've got a classic? Yeah, classic number one's here in chat hanging out. We'll probably get Gemini back once Trap... Wait, no, Trap's done. We're not getting Gemini back.
I like how that's it. He appears out. He comes out of the woodwork when Trap's playing. Otherwise, he just goes away.
Trap, not enough.
Okay, both these guys are ready. No, we are waiting on Creator to be ready.
There we go.
There we are.
He's ready to move.
Okay, yeah, but thanks to everyone for tuning on in. I hope you guys are enjoying these games. I certainly am. It's always awesome to have these guys playing.
Yeah, I know I'm enjoying them for sure. So here we are coming into Parasite, the latter edition. People in chat probably want to know what this is, but we'll make them ask for it because I don't know what the purpose is, honestly. Why does it matter what map it's on?
Okay. But, alrighty. This guy up in the top left, maybe a little bit of an upset taking the first map. It's Jin-Air Greenwing's Creator.
And spawning in the bottom right, representing the bull, it is soO, the Red Zerg player.
Okay. So we shall see how this is gonna go. Now, yeah, I mean, it is one of the larger maps, Parasite. I mean, we were talking about the other large map, Cerulean Fall, but Parasite, definitely another one of the bigger maps. It's pretty much the other big map. So we'll see how that's going to affect how these guys are going to play. Probably, I mean, ZVP, I don't think either race has a huge preference on sort of the size of the map. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of on Parasite. Not that I've heard any.
No, yeah, because I mean, each race sort of has their own benefits. I mean, obviously it's safer from ground-based pushes and things like that, but then there's more room for warp prism harassment and other things like that. So, I mean, it completely depends how the guys want to play. And for now, though, the opening's pretty standard out of these guys, and that's not surprising.
No, definitely not. After game one there's no reason to go for any kind of cheese right now. Just going for that Nexus wait, hold on. There we go. After the Gateway, and then Cybercore after that. Hatch first into Extractor Pool, as is tradition. So we're good to go.
Yeah, Creator and soO, these two guys playing straight up it's no surprise. Because, I mean, Creator, he's just a very straight up Protoss player, and he's a very solid guy, but then soO also known just to be a very standard straight up Zerg, almost sometimes to a flaw, it's been said, just with how sort of straight up he plays and just how good at macro and everything he is. Okay, but yeah, as far as the builds go, it is that third hatch.
Yep, third hatch on the way, sub 2 minutes. That is an extremely fast third here out of soO. That said, the Adept will still get no damage done. It'll be hard for it to scout when it shows up anyway. Stargate opening here from Creator. There is a fairly pervasive thought out there that you have to open Stargate against Zerg or you just die. Not entirely sure if I believe that entirely, but that's what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and I mean, Creator definitely loves his Stargates. He went for 2 of them in the last game, and it worked out. He did a good job. I mean, it looked a little dicey at the start with the Phoenix, but this game, I mean, at the end there, he was doing good work with them just continuously, which is always awesome to see.
Indeed. So Adept coming on out here, checking his third base, while at the same time shading on into the natural and hoping to try to get into the main.
Oh, and he does.
The Zerglings
I mean, he may be able to survive long enough. He's trading off some of these links. Good micro from soO, though, keeping those injured ones back. Wow, look at that. I mean, the fact that he did pull off means the Adept may be able to escape and may even get a drone. Oh. He does get one. Then he pops on out. Oh, the Queen gets the Adept, though.
Ah, so the Adept got a drone, escaped, got some really good scouting information. That's a successful.
Yeah, and now the Phoenix is going to work away on this Overlord. And then, yeah, so we'll see how Creator's going to follow this up. But other than that, oh yeah, pretty standard stuff. I'm curious if we'll see a second Stargate. That's the main thing, or whether he'll go into the quicker Robos or Twilight, and in this case it is a Twilight.
Indeed it is. So we could see Blink here, we could see Charge, Oracle moving out. We have one Oracle, there it is, just the one Oracle, and the Phoenix. Gonna try to get some stuff done. This has been fairly effective in the past, but I think Zerg players are getting wise to it and recognizing what's going on before it actually shows up. Phoenix goes for the Scout first to see what's happening, and then the Oracle will show up for the number 2 punch. Yep, Twilight Council now warping in 3 Spore Crawlers at a time on the way from soO. 7 drones at a time here by soO, just macroing his face off. And we get Resonating Glaives out of the Twilight Council. I did not expect that upgrade.
Yeah, this is a bit interesting. Maybe he's been taken... I mean, Glaive Adept all-ins have always been good for Protoss. I mean, definitely not at the level in which they used to be, but Protoss players often still bust them out. And so we'll see. I mean, is Creator going to be able to make something like this work versus someone of soO's caliber? soO sometimes can over-drone. As far as the build goes right now, though, he's just going into a lair, getting up a Baneling nest, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see that Hydraling Bane once more. And I mean, Banelings are a big part of holding Glaive Adept attacks.
Yeah, absolutely. Either Roaches or Banelings. Banelings are, of course, a little bit more satisfying to take out Adepts with, but Zerglings running around just for scouting purposes. This is something that Serral is very, very good at, is having Lings and Overlords in positions to see exactly where your opponent is, where they're expanding, what their army looks like, and when they're attacking you at all times. It's a huge advantage to know that kind of stuff.
What I like out of Creator is that he's sort of just hiding the majority of his Adepts. These 2 actually do get caught.
Ooh, not the full surround, though.
They're going to take a few of the Lings with them, at least. But now here comes in the rest of them. And I mean, Adepts, they can close the distance and get to this 3rd base pretty darn quick here. So we'll see. Is soO going to be ready for this? He's making a good number of Lings now. But, I mean, you need more than Lings in order to deal with Glaive Adepts. And they're just diving right on in here. They're just running on in into the natural. 7 Hydras are on the way. But that's the thing. They're on the way. They're not out yet. So we'll see. What are these Adepts going to be able to get done? Creator may split them up. He cancels the Shade there as he's just going into the natural. But he actually pulls on out. And his 3rd base is under a lot of fire right now, so you generally want to get something done with this attack. And yeah, you're right, there is a cancel at that base.
Or it might just die, I don't know. Banelings trying to get target fired. The split's pretty good there.
Yeah, there's not quite enough of the Banelings there, so Creator does a good job splitting there. I mean, Adepts working away on some of these Hydras, then they will shade on into the natural, I believe. I mean, there's 2 Adepts. That's all you need in order to kill off a good number of drones. And look at that. Those 2 Adepts getting a decent number there. 8 drones have fallen so far. That's sort of acceptable, but the fact that the 3rd base was canceled is a big blow to Creator here.
Yeah, if soO'd been able to hold that 3rd base, or if Creator been able to hold the 3rd base and get that damage done, it would have been very nice for him. But as it stands, soO's like, I'm on 3 base. I can replace those drones, no problem. You're stuck on 2 bases right now, which is not where you want to be. And it's just basically Adept tech right now from Creator. Ooh, a couple of Adepts getting caught out trying to join their friends at the front. They're going to die for sure. 2 less for this incoming push. And we've got Sentries.
Yeah, the choice for Creator, he's just 2 base all-inning it. And I mean, this very well could work. I mean, soO, I think, maybe expected a bit more breathing room, but Creator says, no, here comes the next round of the attack. There's going to be Adept Sentries here, and then the one Immortal. So we'll see how this is going to work. There's a good amount of energy on these Sentries. And Adepts, they're not horrible versus Hydras. There goes down a few Force Fields. Guardian Shield working away on this as well, but it could be tough for Creator to make this work because Adepts just... Versus Hydras, they deal the damage, but sometimes the engagements are tough to make. But, I mean, he's up in army supply right now. He may just be able to dive right on top of this, and I think that's what he's going to do here. The Adept shade forward just a bit, and Hydras are starting to fall.
No Banelings.
Oh, look at this.
Hydra count diminishing here. Oracle coming in from the back side to take out everything else.
Oh, my gosh. GG. Creator goes up 2-0 versus soO. Wow.
Oh, somebody made the comment earlier, PF Honey, our Winnie the Pooh fan, saying that Creator has gone up a level. And yeah, I think he has, for sure. He's looking great.
He's always been good, but he just hasn't shined necessarily. But yeah, he's looking pretty solid there. That's just such a strong decision to move in and attack there, and soO really not expecting that. The next map, and possibly the last one, is going to be Acid Plant. And keep in mind, the winner of this goes on in order to face Cure, the current Afreeca World Champion, who wants to make it back-to-back. But it should be a great series no matter who he plays.
Yeah, very excited to see either a PvT or a TvZ there for our final with Kieran, whoever wins this series. It's a long road to hoe, though, for soO to win 3 games in a row against someone who's looked pretty darn good against you in games 1 and game 2 so far.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think he just wasn't prepared for that 2-base all-in. He canceled the 3rd base, thought he was safe, thought that Creator would go for the 3rd base again. He didn't do it. And the counterattack, I guess, was it a counterattack technically? Whatever it was, caught him by surprise and killed him.
Yeah, just not what you're looking for as soO. For sure. But we'll see if these guys are ready. Whether soO is going to be able to bring it back. I mean, for all we know, soO will be able to, and he'll just play solid and just straight up enough that he'll shut down everything Creator throws at him. But for now, Creator's done a good job sort of prying into soO.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Prying into him, showing up at his front door with an army that cannot be dislodged. And that's Protost's bread and butter, is that particular setup. Where if you're at the front door of the Zerg, you're doing something right. And that's what Creator has been able to do.
Okay, now spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. This guy up 2-0, a little bit surprisingly, it's Jin-Air Greenwing's Creator.
And from Asterion, still the red Zerg player, top left-hand corner, it's going to be soO.
All right. Now, Acid Plant, pretty straight-up StarCraft 2 map, but both these guys are also, like the map, very just straight up. They'll play very standard, almost to a fault. I mean, Creator, that was a pretty standard build. You go into the single Phoenix to deny scouting. You go into the Oracle to keep the Zerg sort of scared a little bit, and then you go into the Adepts. He didn't get too much done with the first Adept attack, and I mean, it was almost a little bit concerning, but then Creator making a smart decision to follow that up with such a strong counterattack, or follow-up attack, I guess.
Yeah, just regular old Resonating Glaives, a follow-up attack. That said, that Adept got a drone kill, which is not all that standard in ZVP to actually lose a drone. Usually, a Zerg player will turn a wounded drone into a Spore Crawler. But...
yeah, that was a bit of a mistake there for soO, but it's also important to note that he did kill off that first Adept, so that was sort of like a 1-to-1 trade, which isn't terrible for either player, I guess, but still, I mean, Creator that game, he was kind of just like, you know, Adepts are good. My Adepts didn't get enough damage done. I'm going to try making a few more. And he was clearly sort of planning that follow-up because his sentries had built up so much energy. He had warped them in with his excess gas. So he was planning that pretty much from the start of his Adept attack. He had to have been. So that was probably a build that he practices a fair bit.
Yeah, and it does do pretty darn well against the Hydraling Baneling, especially if you split against the Banelings and if you just have more Adepts. Especially with Resonating Glaives versus the Hydras, and the Hydras don't have the range upgrade, don't have speed upgrade. They're not quite ready to rock there yet. The Adepts will perform exceptionally well.
For sure. Now, I mean, this is looking pretty similar if you're looking at the builds here. Fast third hatchery from soO Creator. Standard Expo, and I imagine we'll see a Stargate. Can we see a Stargate, please, Creator? There it is. So
there we go.
Okay. And so he delivers. And now soO, on the other hand, I mean, he's just been confident going into his Lingbane Hydra. And I mean, this is the thing. They've sort of just matched up. But maybe something needs to change for soO. Maybe he needs to put on some of the aggression. Just cut the drones. Throw up, once he has speed, just go for a big Ling Flood, something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, that can be surprisingly effective against Protoss, especially if they're a little bit greedy with their as a Ling Flood can catch them off guard and really wreck them pretty nicely. But 6 Lings in production here for soO, a little bit more than we usually see from Zerg players in this situation. Second Adept on the way here from Creator, probably going to send those both out for scouting. And yeah, that front door is wide open. So 8 Lings now in production. Adept.
Okay. Oh yeah, look, a Baneling Nest on the way. soO is planning on getting the aggression going. I was doubting whether he would go for something like this, but no, he is. He's saying, all right, I'm either bringing this game back quickly or I'm going to go out in spectacular fashion here. So, yeah, this will be interesting to see, and I like this move out of soO. It's good to see that he's not just sort of like, oh, I'm going to make Lingbane Hydra. If you kill me, I die, so be it. No, he's going to sort of turn it on Creator here and say, you got to defend here. And now there is a lot of Lings moving across the map, and this is an early attack. This is going to be a 4-minute just mass Ling, Baneling Flood. Creator, he's got a few Adepts out. These Lings are going to be out on the map, though.
Oh, he was trying to hide them.
Yeah, they do get seen, though. Now,
and both the Adepts live.
Creator starts the shield battery, but that may be a bit too late. Oh, the Adepts are actually out of position. Lings get into the main base. That's absolutely huge.
Oracle defense is going to be massive right now. He
Yes.
needs to run the Lings around until the Oracle's out of energy.
And he's
Not
doing just
happening
that.
here, though.
Oh, well, oh yeah. I mean, he kept a few alive, but now there's the next round. There is Banelings being made, but they have been actually scouted here. There's 5 Banelings versus the one Adept.
This is so hard. So hard to Baneling bust a Protoss that sees it coming. Shield battery done. Oracle overhead. Phoenix ready to
the
rock.
Robo's under fire, though, and these Lings may be able to fall it here, and that's a big deal. And there's just sort of weak pylons behind it as the secondary wall. And suddenly the Banelings will be able to crash on in. He wants that fantastic force field. Is he going to get through?
The pylon! Okay, he's in, but that wall is tight.
Yeah, it is. That force field helping. That shield battery, that one critical shield battery, it looks like it will hold on, and the Oracle is just shredding these Lings right now. soO's droning behind this, so he's given up. But, oh, look at this. Lings, a few squeeze in, and he actually killed off the Cyber Core and the Robo. So the tech for Creator is what he's got. He's got a Twilight.
Stargate.
Okay, and a Stargate. But, oh, look at these Lings getting a few probes. Nicely done.
Yeah, they're enough number. That's going to be 5 probes down. Maybe get a 6th. No, Sentry says, get out. Get out of my house. So 46 to 40 Harvesters, 3 base to 2. We've basically reset at this point, except, again, where Creator has to rebuild a Cyber Core, which is annoying. But, yeah, pretty well done by soO. Pretty well held by Creator, and we're just going to back where we otherwise would be.
Yeah, soO on 3 bases is nice for him. He's now going into +1. And, oh, look at this. Creator going for a Dark Shrine. Maybe he's thinking he's a little bit behind, or maybe we're going to see a Blink DT all in with charge lots.
That would make me so happy. Don't tease me like that. I would be so pleased.
Oh, man, look at these Oracles, though. 8 drones going down, thanks to the Phoenix doing a bit of the lift there. So that's a nice pickoff. Creator starting up his 3rd base. So while soO squeezed out a good number of drones, Creator getting a nice bit of just not letting him get off completely free, droning up after that attack.
Yeah, showing up with 2 Oracles and a Phoenix at your main base when there's only a Queen and a Swarm, you're going to lose. soO didn't quite get enough static defense or enough Queens to defend and paid the price. He's still up about 10 workers. Well, exactly 10 workers now, 56 to 46. Continues to make workers. Oh, we're back doing more stuff. More drones getting picked off.
One of these Oracles will go down, which is nice for soO. Really cuts into the utility of these. And I was actually looking at this Zealot funny. You guys may think I'm just dozing off into space. I think Lings can fit around here. Don't quote me on that, though. But if soO
past the Zealot?
Yeah. Because it's one of the corner walls. It's not a
straight wall.
Yeah, it's not because you got to have your buildings aligned properly. But not that that's necessarily going to come on into play. soO was looking to test it there. But, yeah, we'll see. So 4 drones have fallen. soO is droning up behind this a lot, though. He got up the layer. He's now getting up a Hydralisk 10. So he does have that tech.
Yeah, he's recovered quite nicely from losing that Cybernetics core. He's not really worried about anything right now. But yeah, just Hydroling Bane here from soO. He's going for the range for the Hydralisk, getting +1 melee attack a little bit earlier than last time.
Oh man, these DTs at the 3rd base.
Oh no.
There's 4 of them too, and the Oracles are actually going to add in DPS on this hatchery. Oh man.
Where's the detection?
Banelings coming in, transfuse the Banelings, they can detonate. Oh, but it's going to go down. Yes, it goes down, and there's a recall.
No, but everybody dies.
I mean, the 4th base is on the way, which is nice. Creator has a Warp Prism out on the map. He's going to have charge lots, so that was a nice move there. soO's got to rebuild that base, but soO, dare I say, he may just counter all in or something like that.
He doesn't have enough, I don't think. He's got 6 Hydras and 21 Lings.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, now it's going to be an Archon drop follow-up from Creator. I'm loving to see that.
Yeah,
that's DTs, they can always morph into those Archons, and so yeah, this is going to be very nice for Creator, I think. Picking off that base was such a critical move. I mean, soO not quite there to react in time. And now these Archons are going to begin focusing down a few more drones. Just every drone matters in a situation like this.
Yeah, especially the ones on gas. Overlord getting picked off from distance there. Here come the Hydras, and now it's time to pick up and get on out. And the Warp Prism gets out without dying. Meanwhile, a bit of attack at the 3rd base of Creator.
Oh, a few Banelings get in from the look of it, but nothing too major done there.
Nah, a couple probes. 3 probes went down. Nothing much else there.
Warp Prism still hanging around. Oh, Hydra's working away, Matt. So soO not taking too much damage from that counterattack there with the, or I guess just attack with the Archons. He's now getting up this third base once again, but those DTs did get the damage done that Creator wanted.
Yeah, they definitely paid for themselves in that situation. There's that +2 melee attack on the way for soO. Allows you to one-shot probes with Banelings. One explosion will kill a probe or a group of probes.
Yeah, no Zerg with good intent towards Protoss goes for +2 melee on those units. Ooh. So
another DT warping in on that right side at that forward pylon.
Look at this. Oh, I didn't even see that pylon there, but here it goes. There's a spot, there's a spore on the way. It's not done yet. There is an Overlord that can always morph, but still, this is just like a nice attack. I mean, this DT just one shot popping off those drones.
And the attack into the fourth base as well, distracting soO.
Creator gonna, I mean, these Archons are so solid here. Hydras are gonna begin chipping away on them, but the Banelings rolling forward. Oh, the Banelings actually got between a few of the Archons there. That was nice. Picks off the sentries. Few more Banelings roll forward to help clean up some of the Zealots, so it looks like soO may be able to hold. It's going to be so close here. Zealot Warping coming on in is going to help greatly, but soO having a nice concave. He can focus down that Warp Prism. Doesn't quite get it, though, but he still will be able to clean this up, and the DT at the third base does get cleaned up, so soO manages to hold on there versus that attacker Creator. And Creator, it looks like his Immortal, or... well, he's got 4 Immortals. I was going to say his Immortal count got reset. Everything but the Immortals got reset there.
Immortals are just fine, thanks. These 2 Immortals have 0 kills each.
Wow, slackers.
Yeah, right? But yeah, fourth base here coming on in from Creator. soO having to replant his third base again. So, well, actually, no, just kind of reset it with drones there. That's a lot of Bane, though. 14 Banes coming in from soO, working on Muscular Augments for speed for his Hydralisks. Again, that +2 is done. Going to be very, very nice against Zealots, Adepts, High Templar, Probes, that kind of stuff. The light stuff that Protoss has.
Yeah, and I mean, soO's or Creator's army was reset, so soO's looking pretty good. I mean, Hydras versus just Immortals and Sentries. You need something else as the Protoss. We see Creator, he's trying to get up a few cannons, but oh man, the connections there, absolutely huge. And soO, even if his Hydras just trade out at this point, 19 workers going down is fantastic. A counterattack was going off at the third base, but only 3 drones dying, and I mean, with soO getting that damage done, he may just go in for another attack pretty soon, because Creator... he does have Immortals. He's got the ability to make Archons and Zealots and everything else, but just that, I mean, Hydras and Banes are pretty good versus that.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why
Hydras trade out exceptionally well. Banelings are going to be good here too, and resaturating his fourth base just a little bit. Working on a Spire now. Okay. Considering that the air count for Creator is nothing, a Spire is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I like this choice of Aspire much more than the previous game, or game number 1 in which he went for him. Now, we'll see. I mean, Creator moving out with this Warp Prism, wanting to get something done, but this army for soO, I mean, he may just push in eventually. He can't, or he can sit back, really. I mean, he's in a good spot this game. There's no doubt about that.
Yep, definitely. That said, if a bunch of Mutalisks show up and catch him by surprise, that could definitely turn the tide in this game, 100%. Another attack in here at the fourth base of soO.
Yeah, having the Spire will also help shut down that Warp Prism. A few Zealots coming in, but they're going to get shown the door. Creator just trying to make sure that soO's staying on his toes, but back at home, Creator is going for Psystorm, which is sort of the Protoss. It's the ability that allows Protoss to stand versus the Lingbane Hydra. It's it really is the counter for that. It forces the Zerg to play very smart and safe, or to go for something else. And soO is going for these mutas, though. And this could...
12!
Yeah, wow. 12's his number, man. He went for 12 in the other game, which he made mutas too. So we'll see. I mean, he'll have them out. He'll have them out. It may or may not be a surprise thanks to this Warp Prism scouting them out. Oh, I don't think he actually sees them, though.
Oh, close, though.
Yeah, and I mean, Creator, he does have cannons at most of his bases, though. Or at least at his main bases. So, yeah, we'll see what these...
Yeah, with shield battery support, too. It's going to make the mutas' lives a little bit more difficult. But are they flying in now? They're flying in.
And Creator must have scouted this because he's making a Phoenix.
Yeah, he saw them as they flew across the map because there's really nowhere they can go where they wouldn't be seen.
Mutas getting on top of this. And, I mean, this is just one Phoenix. So these mutas, they can clean out this main base, pick off the cannons, start working away on those probes. And we're actually seeing Creator wants to counterattack versus this. But soO, I mean, he's got a pretty strong army, right?
Yeah, he's looking pretty good. Honestly, if he could go after always going after pylons to depower the
wow,
gates.
that's a very nice depowering there. 4 gateways out. That's really going to take the wind out of this push for Creator. soO just needs to hold on now. I mean, Hydras, they're not eating too many storms. The Banelings are rolling forward and are quickly dying, but the Hydras, they've squeezed out a lot of damage versus this army. The buffer's gone, and the Immortals are going to start falling.
Wow,
and yeah, I think soO, he's not going down without a fight.
soO refuses to go home, says, I'm awake now. I'm here. I'm
yeah,
ready to rock.
maybe that actually is the case. Putting one on the board, very well done.
Yeah, fantastic display of just dominance there. Tech switch to Muta. Caught him by surprise. Every time, man. If you can get a Protoss player who doesn't know there are 12 Mutas coming, you're going to be in a very great position.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just such a smart move from soO. Just to be like, yeah, I think at this point, Mutas are what I need in order to clear this out. And Mutas are what he needed. So we're going to be getting into the next map, which will be the color one.
The color one?
The color one, Cerulean Fall.
Cerulean.
Cerulean, there we are. Now, so that was soO's map pick, I believe. So we'll see.
Yep,
Another one of the big ones. But yeah, I mean, Creator. Where did that game really go wrong for Creator, do you think?
It was the Mutas, man. He didn't know there were 12 Mutas coming. His main base was under siege. He had to attack before he was ready.
Yeah,
that was it.
I guess he was kind of in a rough spot before the Mutas. The Baneling hit with the Hydras, maybe, because he killed like 19 there.
That's
and then
true.
just the attack the attack getting shut down really was what let soO counterattack and do that. So, but I mean, Creator, it's not like he was playing a completely sloppy game.
No, his
like
snipe on that third base was massive.
Oh, that was wonderful with the DTs. Just making the choice to go for DTs. That's the best kind of DT, right? The kind in which it's like, because whenever there's like a Protoss DT build, eventually all the players figure it out. They know to scout for it. But when it's just DTs hitting after like sort of like a Ling all-in or something like that, that's the sort of DTs that can catch your opponent off guard. Even someone like soO, who's played a lot of StarCraft.
More than most people, I would say.
Yeah, more than most, that's for sure. But this guy spawning down the bottom left-hand side of the map, he's got to put one more on the board to take it to the ace match. It's Asterion soO.
And spawning in the top right, it is Jin Air Green Wings Creator. It was up 2-1. Just needs to get one more to move on to that final and base cure. But
yeah, that game he can say, okay, that was my burn. I don't want to let soO tie this up, though. So he's going to be thinking, how can he close this out? Because if you find yourself up 2-0, you definitely don't want that to get away from you, particularly versus someone like soO, who can just play straight up and sort of pull it back. Now, soO did go for aggression that game.
Very true. He did. He was going for that aggressive Baneling bust at the first, which did get scouted quite nicely by Creator and shut down pretty well. I think soO got a little more damage than he should have been able to there, but it wasn't really enough to give anybody a major advantage in the early game, I don't think.
soO didn't get too much damage done with that attack. I think the main thing was that he killed the Cyber Core and the Robo, which really limited the counterattack. And then also he did delay the third base a fair bit because he went for an attack like that. So, yeah, I think I quite like that game for soO. Now, as far as this game goes, though, once again, standard opening coming out of both these guys. No surprise there.
No, definitely not. Got a gateway expand for the Protoss player. Hatch pool coming up from soO down south, going for a third base here, sub 2 minutes. Yep, saving up those 300 minerals that you really need to go for that third. And you can do it because, again, Cerulean Fall is a big map. Any adepts that show up are going to be pretty late. Can't really do anything about this. The probe's just here to observe, just here to watch, and he will see the third base coming up. No big deal. Yeah,
soO really liking his fast third base. Some Zergs, they wait a little bit, but nope. soO says, give me those 3 bases, and I shall make things with all that larva. Now, Pylon out on the map for Creator, interestingly enough. Is this a Stargate Pylon? This is looking like a Stargate.
It feels like a Stargate Pylon. Some oracles popping out of there.
Yeah, and I like him just mixing this up a little bit. I mean, he's still sticking to his tried and true, but there's no rule when you open Stargate about where you have to put it.
No, definitely not. You don't have to keep it safe. Why would you have to do that?
No, yeah, exactly. So now he's going to be able to put the... this will hit a little bit earlier than normal, and maybe it'll get the kills that he needs. But look at this. He starts another pylon to the north.
That is very interesting.
This is
hiding
Creator.
all the tech.
You can tell this guy's on a team with SOS. And
He's
Maru.
tricks.
Crazy proxies. That's what happens when you're watching SOS and Maru play all day long. Just tons of proxies, tons of crazy Protoss stuff.
When you get proxied 18 times a day, you feel like proxying other people.
It's
gotta be.
It's the circle of StarCraft. Now,
Yep.
This Adept, it
Oracle
did come
on
in,
the way.
scout out, but yeah, you're right. Oracle on the way. And I just keep checking this pylon.
Something's gotta happen.
Something, right? It's not just, oh, there it is, the Twilight Council out on the map.
Huh. So just all the tech's just out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a little bit more in the middle of nowhere.
And wow, and 2 gateways over here too, and Phoenix production.
Okay,
next.
but look at this. The Oracle comes on in before that window, and it's going to start massacring a lot of drones.
Oh,
soO
that's
on
beautiful.
the run. Oracle getting 5 kills so far. A little bit of miss micro, but he's still getting a ton of damage here. 7.
Boy, that first Oracle never gets 7 kills. That was beautiful.
No, it does not. And that, I mean, soO had all his timings out for a normal Oracle on a map like this, that travel time. But no, just that proxy, it allowed the difference. And soO immediately knows, so he goes to look for it. But is he going to check more north for gateways and resonating glaives at this?
That's a great question. I mean, the fact that he didn't scout is what really hurt him there. Oracle gonna serve the pylon.
Oh, does it actually? Wow.
Wow.
Interesting choice to turn that on, but kills off the links. soO now making a few more of his own links, but look at this. soO's making a baneling nest and starting tons of links. Is this offensive or is it defensive? Because, I mean, his Oracle, or his Overlord, pardon me, got in and scouted, but it saw nothing. It saw the 2 gateways. It didn't see any other tech or anything, so he's got to be thinking, what else are you going for, man?
He's got lings dancing around the general area. They're going to check for a 3rd base first, which they do find. No, don't waste your time here. Oh, I guess if more lings are showing up, that's fine.
Yeah, if you can cancel the 3rd base, but I mean,
oh,
2 base Adepts, still pretty good.
No. Cancel the 3rd. The Adepts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the Adepts could have gotten there in time.
Yeah, they probably couldn't have, but wow, look at all these Adepts now out for Creator. Ooh, soO. His links may actually find this, though.
No, they're so close, but yet so far.
Interesting choice for Creator. I mean, if the lings run up this ramp, they will be found. But look at this, soO going back towards this 3rd base. I think going to force the cancel now. Can he hold on back at home? He's got a good number of lings, queens, and making some banelings. So I think he should be fine versus this. Creator not able to get anything done. And having his 3rd base be canceled, that's very nice for him. So soO, while he took a lot of damage earlier on, he's sort of just shutting down Creator.
Yep, 3rd base denied again, which is huge. Still hasn't found that proxy tech or those gateways, but I'm not sure he cares right now. He's not really actively looking for them.
No, yeah, it's not major. It's not massively important. I mean, it would be a nice find, but it's not the main story of the game. The main story is that soO has shut down the space. He's shut down the attack with these Adepts. Creator has 12 Adepts that he just couldn't move in with them because there was so many lings and so many banes. They wouldn't have accomplished anything.
Nope, and just sitting on the creep very happily. Ling's trying to finish off this pylon for the 2nd time, and they're going to get it.
Yeah, so that pylon will go down. Its luck has run out. Now, I mean, Creator, he wants to get something done with these Adepts, but oh, there's no way he can shade in, but he does. Oh, he tried to get a stasis ward up there, but it goes down, and look at that massive shutdown for soO.
How does Creator come back from this? He just sent his entire army, and they entirely got massacred. He's down 10 works. He's down a base.
I think if you go in with the Adepts at that point, you have to try and send some Adepts to every base. And just hope to try and kill off drones, because there's no way you can clean that out. And soO showed that. He said, seriously, you went for that? I showed you my banelings, like...
Yeah, and the banelings didn't get incredibly huge hits, but there were enough lings that it didn't really matter.
Yeah, now here comes in a lot more lings. Okay, good force fields.
Beautiful force field. That was pro-level stuff, obviously, because it's Creator, but... Man, without those force fields, I think that's the end of the 3rd base again.
Yeah, no doubt about that, but... Creator keeping this base alive is sort of the minimum. But soO, look at this. He's going into 5 bases right now. He's just double expanding because why not? Because he was on 3 bases for a while. Creator's now gotten up his 3rd base and saturating it.
Might as well get ahead while getting's good. He's also making Ravagers, which is the first time he's done that in this series, and honestly,
Yeah,
so,
I didn't even
so
see
good.
the Roach Warren, but he's trying to get on in here, and oh, he's actually going to break down one of the force fields. There was a second down for Creator. I think Creator needs to warp in a unit in that wall, but he hasn't yet, so Lings are going to slip on in. There's just so much Zerg here right now.
Yeah, what I love about the Ravagers is they don't take bonus damage from the Immortals. They shut down force fields so exceptionally well.
Oh, man, GG. Yeah, soO ties it up.
Forces a game 5.
Awesome, awesome series. If I'm Creator right now, I'm sweating.
Yeah, no kidding. He was feeling good. He was up 2 games against soO. He was taking him down with the Depths and Immortals and Storms and all sorts of great stuff. And suddenly we're tied up, and one more game is all that separates you from going home.
Alrighty, last map will be Dreamcatcher.
Incredible stuff here from soO. I loved the Ravager. He's like, all right, I've gotten wrecked by force fields in the first couple of games here. It's time to just shut those down.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a Corrosive Bile for their actual intent, which is to kill force fields, which nobody does anymore.
No, because not many Protoss make force fields, but...
True. And Zerg are like, I'd rather get the damage the Corrosive Bile does than to knock down a force field anyway.
But no, yeah, that was like a very specific Ravager to break that.
Yep.
But I mean, by that time the game was pretty much over anyway, right? So that was soO going for style points.
Amazing stuff. All right, so going to be a Dreamcatcher. Oh, sorry, I was trying to get in there.
No worries, we've got both these guys loading on into the lobby. And looks like everyone's ready, so we're going to dive right on into it. Thanks to everyone for tuning on into this Afreeca world, by the way. We hope you are enjoying these games. We certainly are.
This is as good as it gets, man. This is the best stuff I ever cast, for sure.
If you guys do enjoy our commentating, you can find Falcon Paladin and I. All the links are on that announcement there. They're also on the stream, as you can see. Pretty much our IDs on all social media and everything like that. But all right.
Yeah, just Google either of us and you'll find us everywhere we are. No big deal.
Okay, spawning down the bottom right-hand side of the map. He might be able to do it. It's soO. I mean, that would be impressive. No matter who you're up against, if you go down 0-2 coming back, it's got to be a good feeling.
100%. And then top left, his opponent, the Protoss player, who's on his back heels a little bit. It's going to be a Jin Air Green Wings Creator.
All right. Yes, indeed. So now we'll see what these guys are going to do this game. I mean, Dreamcatcher, maybe it's a map you can bring out something aggressive there, but I mean, think about that last game. I mean, Creator, he got so much damage done with that proxy Stargate. Maybe he should have just followed it up with more normal macro instead of the Adept follow-up. I understand wanting to kill soO after getting damage done, but soO just did a fantastic defense there on the follow-up attack.
Yeah, there was no way those Adepts are going to get much done at all based on what the defense was there for soO, and really should have just gone home and played defense. But, yeah, mistakes. Mistakes get made sometimes.
Yes, indeed. Now, as far as the builds go, standard stuff once again coming out of these guys. No surprise there.
No, definitely not. I mean, the proxies last game were a bit of a surprise. They didn't really change a whole lot other than the damage that first got.
Yeah, that first Oracle, that was wonderful. And I mean, yeah, that's what you want when you go for a proxy Stargate as a Protoss player.
Yeah, if you can achieve that, you're going to have a great feeling. Because, yeah, anymore, for an Oracle to get 2 kills is impressive. I mean, 7 was just, what?
And just at that timing, it's so huge to knock the Zerg back. But, I mean, soO, he just played straight up and shut it down later on.
Impressive.
That
play.
Third base is on the way for soO, so despite the sort of vulnerability on Dreamcatcher, he has gone for that fast third base once more.
Yes, indeed he has, and I think he'll be fine with it. I'd be surprised if it comes under too much danger in the early stages of
there's
this
not
game.
too many early PvZ pushes or anything like that you have to look out for to discourage the third base. Now, Stargate on the way for Creator. So these guys, they like their sort of styles. I'd love to see a double Stargate out of Creator once more, but whether he'll opt to go for that again is a different question.
Overlord poking on in just to make sure he doesn't see anything too crazy.
Yeah,
Shot in the face by a Stalker or a Phoenix.
Yeah, these Mecha Overlords. I love these skins, man.
Man, the Mecha Zerg skin is the first skin I've looked at and been like, maybe I'll get this one.
Indeed, yeah.
It just seems like a lot of work was put into it, rather than the previous skins for Zerg. I felt like have been like Spikes. You get more spikes.
Yeah, I think Blizzard definitely heard everyone on that. Whereas Creator, he's not using any skins, so he may be at a disadvantage.
Yes, everybody knows if you have skin units, they do 0.0001% more damage than non-skin units.
Yeah, I like how some pro gamers do go. They're like, oh yeah, I'll go buy these skins here. It's like, I'm gonna look at these drones for hours every day. I want them to look a little bit different. Change things up a little bit.
That said, when I'm playing, I can't tell. My brain doesn't see skins.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's Phoenix. Like, I don't care if they're skin Phoenix or not.
No, yeah, for sure. Every now and then, if there's like a skin you don't see all the time, you'll be like, oh, wait, my opponent has a cool Thor skin. Why don't I have that Thor skin?
Right.
Things like that. But no, yeah, I mean, it's just your brain just sees it's like drones are drones, hatcheries are hatcheries.
Yep, adepts come in and murder me. They're adepts, regardless of how they look. Exactly.
Yeah, no sugar. They could be pink and fluffy, and it wouldn't matter. But yeah, as far as the builds go,
bunny ears coming out of their heads, and I'd be like, adepts.
We are seeing that double Stargate out of Creator here. So I'm a big fan of this. I'm a little bit worried whether he'll be able to make it work, because at the start of the last double Stargate wasn't too smooth, but here he comes on in. He's going to work away on some of these drones here with this Oracle, and he may actually... Oh, bit of a miss micro there once again. I mean, only getting the 2.
It's a nice juke, I think. The drones went out, the Oracle followed them, the drones came back in, didn't quite follow them fast enough. Yeah. It was just good micro out of soO.
Yeah, of course. soO doing his best, but Creator still has these units live. Oh, actually flying over those queens. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, that's why you have queens out here on the creep, just in case someone flies over and you catch them in your anti-air trap. Yeah, mecha queens look amazing. If you want to, like, zoom in on them for a second. They got, like, lights coming out of their sides there.
They do.
They just look terrifying.
Like their legs, they look like they look like what you'd see in like a robot horror movie. just like that, just like those little spider legs clanking along.
Yep. Eyes glowing out of the darkness. You can just hear the clanking.
Terrifying.
So scary. I love it. Third base getting scouted here. Gonna try to get taken down, but that's a good number of that defense is really good. These things are doing nothing. Just go home, guys.
Yeah, they just drive right on by. They say bad neighborhood, keep on going. But, I mean, it is this double Stargate out of Creator, and now he's moving across the map. Once again, it's that bit of a surprise for soO. And he's also securing his third base. Like, this isn't going to die to the third base. So the main thing in this game right now is what can these Phoenix get done versus soO right now. soO has a few queens in position, but these Phoenix are going to start off by finding an Overlord. A few more queens come on in.
Supply block, too.
Oh, that is a very nice one there.
And not actually fixing that is soO. Come on, soO. Make an Overlord. There we go. Whoosh, that was a little bit delayed. Not what you want to see. So Phoenix making themselves useful here. Going to pick off this creep queen fairly easily. Another queen's going to show up.
Could be a transfuse.
Transfuses, though. Oh. And another transfuse. Wow, saved it.
Queens are always like, I got you, sister, as they transfuse the other. So very well done by soO keeping that alive. We'll lose an Overlord unless there's a transfuse. No transfuse. Overlord's apparently not worthy. Robo on the way. But yeah, Creator, I mean, he is getting up to his third base. He's keeping soO on his toes for now. And oh, look at this. He's actually moving out with a few Zealots. I mean, that may make soO a bit worried. Look at all these lings that soO is making. I think he may be a bit worried that this is going to be like a counterattack from Creator, like an early charge attack. But, I mean, he's just got a few Zealots. Oh, but look at this. Never mind. soO's putting on the aggression here. Oracle sees that, though. Meanwhile, he's microing these Phoenix.
Yeah, there's that +2 melee attack we talked about so much. Certifical hooks on the way here, too.
Won't be done for this attack, but, I mean, these Phoenix could come back and lift the Banelings up. We'll see. The Oracle's going to have to activate his beam, because here they come. He's actually going to work away on those Banelings. The Phoenix, come on, lift them up. There we go. All the Banelings lifted up. And the wall's going to hold so soon. Not going to get too much done there.
Wow, Banelings getting absolutely negated there. Fantastic job. 9 Corruptors now in production.
Yeah, okay.
soO, I do love the Corruptor play.
Yeah, I mean, now it's always Corruptor versus Phoenix. It's always hard to know how it's going to work on out, but I mean, there is no blink or anything on the way for Creator, so I mean, these Corruptors maybe could snipe a base, something like that. But here we see he's taking an engagement. Oracle comes on in to help out. Phoenix may even lift some of these lings. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, the lings by themselves against this aren't just going to get they're going to get nothing done.
Yeah, so far I'm really liking this game out of Creator so far.
Yep, he's being fantastic, keeping his Phoenix alive, which is what you want to do.
He sees
the
the
Corruptor's
Corruptors
chasing
now,
him.
yeah.
He sees them. And this might be where you begin Void Ray production. He's got the Stargates for it.
Yeah.
Or maybe just using Storm. No big deal.
Yeah, Storm, get up an Archon or two, warp in a few Blink Stalkers to deal with this. And this is no small investment for soO, the amount of Corruptors that he made. He made 11 to shut down these Phoenix. I mean, eventually they can become Broodlords, but versus like any mid-game push on the ground that Creator's going for, they won't help out at all, really. So,
right.
I mean, they'll shut down the Phoenix, but like shutting down the Phoenix isn't necessarily worth it. And like, because investing in 12 Corruptors, it doesn't get you as much value in shutting down the Phoenix. If you get what I'm saying. Because,
yeah, correct. Although, if they can make them into Broodlords at some point,
that's
true.
Definitely
be worth it in the long run.
Yeah, in the long run, if you can get the Broodlords. But Creator has gone for pushes in this series, so soO hasn't really had time to get to Broodlords, and he's getting up Archons, getting up just more Immortals, getting up a fourth base. And here comes in those Corruptors.
Oh, trying to snipe off that Oracle. Oracle manages to stay alive for the time being. Yeah, great tag.
Yeah, and I mean, soO, he is just going into this Lingbane Hydra, so I mean, while there is all these air units in the game, I think the main story will be Lingbane Hydra versus the ground army of Creator. And whether Creator will be able to make a push, or whether soO will be able to get a counterattack or something with lots of Lings, is the main story in this game. And I mean, Creator, he's going to have a very strong army. He's going to have plenty of High Templar, he's going to have Archons and everything else, but he is playing very defensively for now.
Yeah, 4 base up, looking pretty good. 5th hatch just about done here for soO. There's the Infestation Pit. First time we've seen that in the series so far. We haven't really gotten to the point to go for tier 3 stuff from the Zerg player. So it's going to be Lingbane Hydra, going to tech up behind it here, possibly try to go for those Broodlords at some point that we've seen a lot in ZVPs recently. And just, I guess, wait for the creep spread to happen. Oh, moving on into the 3rd base of soO is some Zealots. There are enough Lings to shut these suckers down, though.
Yeah, so much creep spread for soO, so he can really see anything coming towards his bases. That's one of the benefits of Dreamcatcher, just the way that the sort of channels go out. Like, if there's a Ling run by, just the creep that's spread out from this bit, or if there's like a Zealot run by, it will be seen.
Yes, it's really hard to sneak up on the Zerg player at this point, which is why creep spread is so very, very important. 15 Banelings in production now, some Zealots heading on over the right side, and they to escape notice for now, but they're going to walk right onto that creep.
They're getting a shower.
And then take a hard right and walk into more creep, so there's no way they're going to sneak down, although it kind of looks like they are avoiding notice for now.
One Zealot finds a Queen. Oh, this is like an epic battle. Oh, that's no fair.
Never mind. And then the 4th base has the Zealots wandering in there too, but the Lings are present. Yeah, no big deal.
Okay,
no
now
sweat.
I mean, soO's getting into a hive, so eventually he is thinking of going into, say, this like those Broodlords. But for now, looking at this, I mean, Creator is getting up a fleet beacon, so he is sort of signaling his intent that he says, yeah, we can play late game if you want. Which is, I think, a very mature decision, changing it up from how he's played in the other games. Now here comes soO. He's going for like a big Baneling run by. There's lots of cannons and everything else in position, though, so this should get shut down. Sentry's going to have another force field,
Ooh,
but yeah.
Storm.
Yeah, nice shutdown there for Creator.
Yeah, good job pulling back. Bit of a skirmish on the left side here, too. Some Zealots, again, getting cleaned up. Careful, Phoenix. You don't want to engage with a Hydra Corruptor.
Yeah, eventually he may want to throw away those Phoenix, but he's not completely maxed out just yet, and they will help tank for these carriers that he's going into because he is playing that late game. He's going to make the Golden Armada, the virtually, dare I say, unkillable Protoss army for some Zergs.
For some. soO's not on that list. soO's very capable of taking down the unkillable Golden Armada.
I mean, it can be pretty rough if you're just sticking with these Lingbane Hydra, so he's got to be thinking about, once you sort of sniff out the carriers, you definitely have to be thinking about how you're going to deal with it. Lots of spores, things like that. And also, I mean, just getting some nice counter damage is a good start, but it looks like not finding too much there. And look at that, even the Phoenix lifting up all these Hydras so the rest of the army can get underneath them.
Yeah, Corruptor's just wandering in. Hey guys, we're going to get all the Phoenix. Trying to kill them with Archons from the ground, doing some pretty good stuff. There's a Dark Templar in here causing issues as well.
Oh, wow, I didn't even see that in there.
Oh, no, he's still alive. I thought I got killed by a Baneling by accident, but nope.
Okay.
Still hacking stuff.
Creator's moving across the map. He's going for more run-bys and whatnot, but not finding too much done. He may be overstepping a little bit. He doesn't have that big of an army. out on the map right now.
And there are 76 Zerglings in production.
Yeah, you want to go home with that. Just
Yeah,
wait for your
mothership,
mothership, wait for your carriers. He's chrono boosting out carriers right now, but I mean, the corruptors are pretty good versus carriers in low numbers. Sometimes they'll shark around and be able to find them, but soO actually getting rid of a lot of his anti-airs. He's investing in 7 broodlords, and there's going to be around 5 carriers versus this. And there is that.
Yeah, the anti-airs gotta be the corruptors. Corruptors need to dodge the storm that are definitely going to show up here. In the meantime, going after this base quite nicely, but the detect.
Oh, look at that, the hero mothership.
Base.
I mean, this base is taking a lot of fire here, but...
Overseer, though. The Dorito Glands is done for the Zerglings. They're hitting so fast right now.
And they're going to get the Nexus. Down? Yeah,
Storms
Nexus does fall.
So good, though. Meanwhile, Zealots at every other one of the bases.
Yeah, wow, look at this. It's not just Creator that's taking damage. soO losing 16 drones, more going down. Looks like his base to the north will be canceled. He actually lost his base to DTs. At the bottom here, so suddenly Creator doing so much counterattack damage right now, 24 drones, and this is bad news for soO because while Broodlords are good, carriers can deal with them, and the Protoss is definitely on a better economy because Creator got up a 5th base. He's killed 35 drones here, 37. Jeez. There's just so many Zealots. There's still Zealots at the natural. They will all eventually be cleaned up, but soO, who was set up to maybe go into the late game versus this carrier army, is now going to be in a very tough situation.
It is 73 to 40 Harvesters right now. Creator is up almost double to what his opponent is. 73 to 40 right now. Plus 3 melee attacks on the way, getting 9 more Corruptors to deal with the carriers that he knows are coming, replanting. Is he going to replant that 5th base? He's got to. He can't just do this on 4 bases. No way.
He may be wanting to, though, because, I mean, instead of going toe-to-toe with that full-on late-game army, he may be able to hit a bit of a timing there before there's too many carriers, before there's too much storm to support it. But, I mean, this Protoss army is so scary already.
It is. Archons on the ground, really good anti-air versus those, really good versus those Broodlings and the Corruptors and any Zerglings that show up. So Archons are super important to that composition for the Protoss player. How are the upgrades looking for the Corruptors?
I don't believe there is much.
Zero upgrades.
Whereas the carriers get their +2. Oh man, soO's gonna try and push on in, but just 1 or 2 storms is all you need to really dissuade these Corruptors from going on in. They are gonna focus down some of the carriers. 2 of them going down so far. I mean, these are very expensive, but look, is Creator gonna hang on those Corruptors really dying? But
transfuses.
Lots of transfuses. That's very nice. And I mean, soO's coming on in here. He's really trying to make this work. He needs to make it work. There's only like 2 or 3 carriers in here. There's going to be more on the production tab. There's more Archons and other ground units here, and he's bringing up more High Templar and things, so all it takes is 1 High Templar to feed back a lot of these Queens, and that'll be very nice for him. But the counter damage, oh my god, 25 more drones. soO's down to 19 drones here. Creator actually just evacuates the base.
He's like, you can have this one. I'm taking everything else you have right now.
soO is not in a good spot right now. I mean, he's lost so many drones. He's barely mining. He's actually not mining at all right now. And so Creator, any amount of time is on his side at this point. And he's up in so much supply. soO, he's got this strong army, but there's just not enough Corruptors here, it looks like.
The transfuses are going to keep him alive on some level, depending on how much energy Queens. But like you said, feedbacks going down on the Queens, storm on top of them too, and that's your good game, Creator.
GG, Creator, man.
His fans a little nervous before taking down soO 3-2.
Okay, but it's going to be a Jin Air battle.